What's up, guys? Damnation-n-Hellfire here. We're here with another episode of BPCN No Quarter. This one we're going to be talking about Bounty, which is currently going on, and the changes to PvP, which are going to be upcoming soon. Tonight we got Ross.
Good evening, everyone.
We got Stormcatcher.
Hello, everyone.
We got Demonic Apparition.
Good morning.
And we got Watchman.
Hi, everyone.
I guess we'll start with Bounty real quick, and we can talk about the new hull sum too as well. I'm at 183,000 points. Did a whole lot when the kick spaces were out. Got a little bit of help while the kick spaces were out. Got my 2 Warhounds, the gun, and I've done some catching up on other bounty items and PvP items that I've missed since I'm trying to get back into PvP now. So I'd say overall it's a good bounty for me. I'm still trucking away a little bit here and there at your opponent bases. I think I got like another 20,000 points I want to get upgrade kits for my howlers, which goddamn upgrade kits are expensive. Like 10,000 for only 100 kits and whatever. And you need like 500 to do a boat, so you're looking at 50,000 points just to upgrade one boat. And I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous. That's almost twice what the hull itself costs.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ross, how'd you do?
Yeah, I think I'm about 200,000. I'm doing real well. I'm trying to load. I don't have the game loaded at the moment, but I will here. And but for me, I'm enjoying. I enjoyed the same fleet I had again worked. My subjugators for the Kickside bases, that was a total win because I hadn't really upgraded. I did actually change the engine on those over the last month, but that was the only change, and I've been using that exact fleet now for many bounties, and it's gotten me the points I've needed in the first 24 hours. So it was a total win for me on the bounty situation.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely in love with my subjugator fleet as well.
Right. It's just mine is not that great against actual players, but it's really good on the kickside bases. Now I don't have that many things to go for is my problem. I mean, I'm sitting on a lot of points, and I know I hate to do this, but I was hoping there was something added or some tokens or something, just because I even got the skin, and I'm not a skin person at all, but.
Well, feel free to send me some of your points because there's still a lot of stuff I could get since I'm so damn far behind.
Well, see, I'm at 241 by the way, and so I like how the event it hasn't changed. They didn't try to screw with any of the mechanics so far, in the months recently, and so come up with any magic new ideas on how to fix things and have it go crazy. So it's really been a good one. This is my favorite event of the month. It has been since it came out. So it still is.
Cool. Stormcatcher, how's your bounty going?
It's going. I got 40,000. I've been hitting replica bases, the level 98s and 99s with the breacher fleet. I got subjugators needing to be upgraded and made, finished building all that. But I'm doing the best that I can right now with what time I do have.
Cool. Hey, Simba, how are you?
Hey, I'm all right.
We'll just
I
go
just
right.
walked back in the door.
I would say we'll just go right to you then, since you just came in. How's your bounty?
Oh, my bounty's fabulous. I'm having a blast.
There you go.
Whoop, whoop. There you go, Simba.
Mm-hmm. Out causing trouble. And
There you
enjoying
are.
every second of it.
Ozzy?
Yeah, my bounty's going really well. I've got what have I got? 370, somewhere around there. Yeah, just run out of stuff to collect. I'm even collecting the tokens for the interceptors that I don't even use. So, yeah, I like it. I'm hitting everything. I hit the replica bases. I was hitting the kickside bases yesterday. I'm hitting bases. Yeah. Got to thank
All right, is that
someone.
just me or is somebody heavy breathing into their mic?
Yeah, that
Storm.
catcher.
Nah, it shouldn't be.
Well, you are. Same as yesterday. I got to thank someone. You know, I went to hit a base before and it was worth like 2k, and the guy was tagged, so I went and had a look at his base, and then when he'd finished that, it was worth over 3, so I went and hit him instead. So I'm right. Well, see Damnation's on mute. Watchman.
Okay, Carpe Diem. Seize the day. I blitzed.
Yeah,
I
of
hit.
course you did.
Yeah. Well, first of all, no. Well, I did the first. I was hitting the Kickstarter employee bases, and then I knew I was going to prep for the wife, so I got mine out of the way pretty quickly. Just blitzed it, and then I went and prepped for her hitting those Kickstarter employee bases, 94s and 101s, and got her 340,000 points. So yeah, it was a job done. Basically, yeah, it was a lot of grinding doing that, and finding them was the toughest bit. But the damage on them was very, very low. So yeah, I'm happy with how it went.
Yeah, those 101s and 94s were instant map repair.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so they were good.
Yeah, and for any player that's playing catch up, and that base has only come back a few weeks ago, it was a big catch up. So yeah, especially getting the heavy turrets.
So let's talk about the Warhound itself. What do you guys think? I know it can take a bunch of damage, but it doesn't seem to really put out a whole lot of damage. It can take like if you're only using one, because I only got one build so far, it can take a long time to kill anything sometimes. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I don't know.
I know. It seems to be really good at killing base guards.
Yep.
That's one thing I didn't notice. Probably the best thing for it.
Yeah, I got 2 built. I had a bit of fun with them last night. And everything. So yeah, that was good to try them out. Don't get me wrong, didn't work in every base, but yeah, I had some good fun with them. They do kill the base guards very effectively. Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're not unstoppable, but they're good.
Yeah, I know things I've discovered already that they don't like is they definitely don't like the Tempest launchers. And they're not a big fans of Howlers either.
And they don't like the downpour.
Doesn't sound like they like anything.
I like them. I'll just straight up say I love them. They're a blast. I mean, they don't cost very much to repair. That's a good one. You're not totally dead. Like the Howler fleet is the total rush fleet. This one here you get to target. So I mean you can target with a Howler. Don't get me wrong, but that's basically not how you use the Howler. So this one here's got an added skill. So it's a step up from the Howler fleet for me. It's an enjoyment factor increase because of that. Depending on what you accompany it with, some very high skilled base hitters are accompanying it with the Basilisk, and those are the high to me. I'm just my opinion actually. I believe that those are some of the really high skilled players that can steer and drive multiple ships and multiple things and target multiple at the same time. And so those players really are still strategically right now. I think, having a blast with this hull and with their old hulls accompanying it. So I like the fact that this hull is fun to drive. It's not unstoppable, okay, and it is pretty tough. It's a tier 9 to me. It's pretty tough. We only have 2 of them, and you still could stop them. It's just I'm having fun. I think it's fun. I'm smashing. I'm getting smashed. I'm not always getting smashed. I'm not. I'm not. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I haven't made any, but I haven't hit to my top potential, and I'll say that. I'm not trying to brag. So
I don't know yet about it. Yeah. Just wait and see how it goes.
I don't know anything about it either because my conquest yard is busy right now getting upgrades done.
I know I've seen a lot of people running a fleet consisting of 2 warhounds and 1 howler too. I've seen that one popping up a lot.
right, and even in the subjugator combination. Okay, yeah, I've seen that, and so the positive. It's really bringing back or keeping alive some of the other hulls. The only ones I really haven't seen yet, and I mentioned it in chat if somebody has seen the accompanied with the breachers and been successful. I'm talking, I have seen be totally successful with the basilisks, the subjugators, and the howler. I don't know about the breacher, but that's a pretty good run. That's a pretty good unlimited selection right now.
Yeah, I could get 2 subjugators in the fleet, but only 1 of the howlers. So I was running with 2 of the subjugators.
Subjugators or the new ship?
No, what I'm saying is 2 of the warhounds with 2 subjugators. I could only fit 2 subjugators in the fleet. I tried with 2 of the howlers, but the fleet went overweight. So the best I could have is 1, and I thought, you know what, the subjugators are pretty tough as well, so I'll go with 2 of them. And that was a fleet I played with. Good fun. But I must admit, I got hit back a few times. So everything I gained, I lost. But I had fun with them. I'm going to say I did have fun. I don't mind getting hit. So it swings and roundabouts. But yeah, it was good fun.
I think it's just nice to see a new hull put into the PvP part of the game too, just because it's been like the same stuff for such a long time now. It's like, oh my god, we have a new hull, yay!
And that's part of the reason why, like Snoopy's saying, well, maybe why I go over on points. I myself usually I don't go over on points for a long time. But I'm over on this one because of the fun factor. I've had the enjoyment and I scored a lot of my points with the subjugator fleet before I got this fleet, not knowing how much fun I'd have, or not even knowing if I'd have the fleet or if I'd get the fleet. I ended up getting the fleet, and then that kept me hitting. I didn't need to be done, so I really just didn't know how it was going to work out. So I scored a lot more than what I needed really on that first 24 hours. Is what happened to me, and that's just with me. I don't know. And I didn't blitz or anything like that, but I did work my butt off on chasing those targets. But I added the 131 to that. Everybody's 94, 101, and 131.
Oh, that was it. Well, I only blitzed so that then I could prep because
you have another account.
State, yeah,
right,
that's
right.
C state allegedly.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Your wife can have an account. I mean,
anyway, yeah. So that I wanted to use that first 24 hours the best way possible to get the other account, everything it needed that I could get from this, in that time frame. Yeah, because the first 24 hours is when you're really going to get them points are going to drop. and the targets were good. You know, if you could hit the 94s and 101s, they would have won. They were the choice targets. Finding them was difficult, obviously, because everyone was after them. I did have to go. You know, I was jumping all around sectors all over the place, but I spent many hours, and that's why I've had a lazy day today. I just really took a break. You know, I just needed, like one of them do bugger all days. You know,
Right.
but I'm glad I got what I needed. I've been very happy with it so far. You know, or especially the first 24 hours. Put it that way. You know, the fleet itself, yeah, I'm happy with. And because I played around last night and hit a couple of targets, I grabbed the skin as well because I got a little bit more points than I needed. You know, so yeah, I like the skin. Yep, good fun.
Cool. Did anybody else want to add anything into the Warhound before we move on to talk about PvP changes?
I do. I'm sorry, I do. Because I was just scanning to the beginning of the chat questions, and somebody has mentioned, I'm sorry, if they can buff the built-in weapons with the specials. And that is a yes. You can buff the built-in weapon with the special. But here's my opinion as a owner operator. Let's just say that, not as an all-knowing. Okay, owner operator. In my opinion, you're going to have a better luck boosting the other weapon, the concussive weapon that you're going to add on. It's really it's a slow-moving weapon. It's kind of lacking in luster. Let's say that. So you're really going to not want to take away a special for that. You're going to want that. So that's just my advice.
Something to keep in mind, though, too, though, there are also specials out there that buff both sides.
Okay, yes.
Like Hydro Atomizer Nozzle is a good one because it buffs both halves. And, you know, and there's one or two other ones I can think of off the top of my head that are actually, you can buff both aspects, too, that are actually pretty good ones. So keep an eye out for those when you're doing your builds.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything for the Warhound before we move on?
Not the Warhound, but for everybody that's got the wall, I would tell you to hang tight with it. We all know going to Op 12, portals may be going up a level, and if they do go up a level, the walls might come in, since walls will be able to be used then if they count more weight and everything, so you'd be able to add armors and weapons back with it. So if you got the walls, I would just suggest you hold up on them right now.
The portal, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
the portals.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the portal doesn't do that much anyway. I mean, it's only a couple of K more than the original ones that we had in there. It's not like the great stopping device that some people thought it might be. But it adds a little bit more. You know, anything that can hold someone up for an extra couple of shots could help, you know.
For sure. Especially in the upcoming changes.
Yeah.
Are we ready to move on to the PvP
Let's
changes?
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
This should be an interesting topic of conversation. So let me get my screen shares turned back on again. All right, I'm not going to go through the whole introduction, blah, 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 blah. We're just going to go through and highlight some of what they are. All right, so first thing is the Conquest Repair Queue that we have usually only during bounty, like we have right now, where we can repair a regular fleet and a Conqueror fleet. Yeah, that's going to be around all the time from now on after they do these changes, which I do believe all the changes they have with OP12. So, and not only are we going to have the 2 repair queues all the time, during bounty, they're going to be half repair. So, there you go.
Win-win.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's great. Just to reiterate, though, that the half repair is only for the PvP fleets, not the all fleets.
Correct.
Time.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Conquest repair queue.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think anybody should have any problems with that. I think that's something we've actually been asking for a long time, and they finally delivered.
Jump up and down. Hello. Seriously, jump up and down. Hello. That is huge. That's we've been, for me.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm no. I just really wanted to stress that. I mean, serious. That's a big, huge yes.
Absolutely. I know. For me, myself, a lot of times that's what kept me from doing PvP because, I'd be looking at my repairs in my base and I'd have like X number of hours from the FM, X number of hours from TLC or whatever, X number of hours from just doing daily chores and whatnot. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to add another like 4 to 5 hours repair to go hit some bases. And this like totally eliminates that problem.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even at this moment, I mean, I've got 2 fleets repairing. I mean, so, the fact that we can have that all the time is great, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that is a great thing. I think everyone's in full agreement. Yeah, good move, positive move forward,
The next part of that is, however, that Tier 9 Conquerors, after OP12 comes out, will not be allowed to be a part of your base card. Starting from OP12 forward, you're only going to be able to use Defender fleets. So, I'm not at all surprised by this change. This has been like a contention point for quite some time in PvP, with some people think, yes, you should be able to use Conquerors, and other people are like, no, you should only be able to use Defenders. And up until now, the Conqueror people had won out, and now they've changed it around to where the Defender people are going to be the ones who win out. So
you also got to remember that's only the T9. You can still use the T8s.
Yes.
Defenders in there, Conquerors in there.
Yes.
So thoughts?
I love that too. Also, because I'm also one that I use Conquerors in my, I was up till, lately. And I think they did better than the Defenders. So, but in theory, I want to see it move away from that. I want to see Defenders be Defenders and, Conquerors be Conquerors. I wanted that separation. I just wanted better Defenders. Or better specials or whatever it took to make them better. So if we can just do that, I'm down with it and right on. That's fine with me. Let's do it. I'm doing it now, just so I can be ready and go on from here.
I would say if we can have Defenders more like the Gorgons and less like the Lurkers, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with it. I like the idea. I just like we shouldn't get to the point where that you have to use other fleets other than Defenders because they're better than the Defenders. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have got that stage anyway. The Defenders should have been the best fleet to defend. So that's that's something to Kickstarter to look at and thinking. Obviously, we're not giving them the best fleets to defend with. So hopefully they'll address that issue moving forward.
Well, I mean, to a certain degree, though, like Conquerors are always going to be more powerful because they're going in and they're fighting 5 ships and a whole bunch of turrets. So just by the nature of what they need to be doing, they're going to be more powerful.
Right, but we need to, things will change a little bit. We were also always in the past we were worried about the prepping, and so where you got to do and so you did have one-on-one ships. And then after you could re-enter and that ship would be gone. So yeah,
we'll get to that here in a little bit, that whole part of things. But okay, so another thing, they're going to totally get rid of bubble pads. There's not going to be 25%, 50%, 100% anymore things. There's only going to be key buildings, and those key buildings consist of the outpost, all the warehouses, the radio tower, and the great halls. And if you destroy all those buildings, you get a win. If you don't destroy all those buildings, you don't get a win. And they are going to be buffing the Great Hall and radio towers health significantly with OP12. So I don't know. I'm a fan of this myself as well. You know, you don't have to worry about where's my 25% anymore. Where's my 25% anymore? You know, and like for me, I mean, and I'm not going to know more until I see, what kind of health buff those two buildings get, and what kind of, if we get more land and a bigger footprint and all that stuff. But like, just first initial thought, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, okay, well, I can put my outposts and all my warehouses out on the edge of my channel and everything, and I'll just protect my little radio tower right in the middle of my base because it has the smallest footprint.
Well, and I'm looking at it also in towards the lower end player who gets a design from somebody and doesn't have all the stuff, and is currently playing without all the stuff, or the magic, and they're getting run over unless they get hit by their player of their own caliber. They're getting run over in the game, and they're constantly getting these base designs from people that just don't work for them. Well, this way here, they can keep this design and work towards that one. They don't have to redesign their base every time they level up a building or something because their 25% goes off. Every time they change or level a warehouse, they have to redesign their base. And for some of the people that are in that level category, it's a terrible spot to be in. So I like this for that in that also.
Yeah, it's the same. Like obviously, if you're leveling up your turrets as well, that would obviously mess up people's 25%. Yeah, I like the idea. Obviously, we're all going to be building new base designs now, which yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I am kind of looking forward to it on that perspective. Yeah.
Next one, another one that I'm really a big fan of. Basically, if you win and they don't kill all those buildings, when they're done hitting you, your base and your defense fleet will automatically repair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
I
a good idea. I like that idea because for the simple reason is, okay, when they're prepping before, right, you lose your base guard, and they've prepped it all out, and then they go out, they might be dead. They might have died in your base. And they get to repair. So they've got another full fleet to go back in, and your base is, just under 25% damaged or no guard. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm a big fan of it, too, because myself, like, I have something tangible and that actually affects my gameplay now if I successfully defend. And the fact that, I don't have to wait for all my crap to repair now. I can just go on about my day and do what I was doing before I got hit.
Right.
Now, there is a downside to this, though, that a lot of people are not happy about. And that is the fact that it will get rid of prepping. So this is one of the biggest points of contention in the whole proposed PvP changes. So let's hear it, guys. What do you think?
Well, I think it adds a different dynamic. However, it does get rid of prepping. But it adds the 3 attempt rule. You can just hit them. Do it. You have 3 tries in a row. You can do this. And that's pretty cool. So now you have how'd you do it? You did it on your first attempt. No, I got you on. You got me on your third attempt. You know what I mean? It might be a bragging right.
Right. So as opposed to, you had to prep me 7 times. Now it'll be, you had to try 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in 2 minds about this one at the moment. I've got to see it in practice, but I've never had a problem really with with a single prep. One peak, one prep, one hit. Fair enough. I thought that was pretty reasonable. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the base does have a full fleet and shit ton of weapons in there. So maybe a little prep, was fair. Taking that away, I don't know. We'll see. I've still got to see how it works. Yeah.
The other thing also, you can't accidentally go over the 25%. You know, sometimes you might lag out and you've clicked retreat and it stays in there, and your last lot of mortars or whatever is kill something else and it goes over that 25% just as a retreat. So at least then you can't, you know, if you're getting out, at least you haven't gone over 25 and you're okay. Well, now I can do it a different way. If that way didn't work, I can go back in.
Right. Well, and people in message are saying, yeah, the attacker has to repair the fleet, and the defender, you know, doesn't. That's true. You do, but the attacker always has to repair still. And currently and that's kind of I mean, yes, we do.
And you know, I know, like, and I see Carl talking about how this going to affect bounty. I think you're looking way, way ahead of things, and that's not something that should even be part of this conversation. But I would also remind everybody that bases and bounties don't cover normal rules anyway, because your opponent bases, you can go in, kill 75% of it, and come back in. I mean, in a regular PvP bubble rules, you can't do that. So obviously, bounty, your opponent bases don't follow normal PvP rules anyway. So I'm not really sure it's something you need to be concerned about.
No, but I would say that almost they almost are like their own PvE target. Seriously, so I wouldn't see why they would need to change it all.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, they're their own animal. I mean,
Okay, on this right here, it will be. I think a lot of players should like this. Reason being, if you're at work or something, or you know you got family problems, and you're away, when people attacks your base, you're not there to be able to. Okay, my base get hit. Okay, the attacker's going out, repairing their fleet. You know, you can't do repairs in bases and all that if you're not around. This will also help the people that are not around their computers 24/7, where they know if their base gets hit and the one that hits them loses, they don't have to worry about coming home. Okay, my base is flat. I got to repair and all that. If those who don't coin, they don't have to worry about their dock getting repaired, be able to get out and do stuff. They don't have to sit there. So this actually works for everyone that are not, that, you know, you can take off for a day knowing if your base gets hit and they fail, when you get back, your base is repaired. And if you're there, some players cannot, if somebody comes in, prep their base, sometimes you haven't got just quite enough time to get back, either get your fleet repaired, your base repaired or whatever, before they come in and try to hit you again. So actually this is somewhat a good idea for the people who works or, yeah, they're away from their, you know, systems and all that.
Yeah, I agree. This is a good idea, but I think it could have been addressed by making the base repair anyway after the hit had been finished. You know, if someone had beaten your base, you know, and the hits are over, then your base starts sort of repairing.
Yeah, but your guard repairs.
Hang on.
Yeah.
But how's that going to work? Because, hang on, someone goes in and preps, and then they lose their fleet, and they think, oh, I'm not going to coin my fleet, right? And they go back to their base. Now, you're saying that pretty much that they got to flatten the base, and then your base is going to automatically repair.
No.
Right?
No, what I'm saying is that everything starts sort of repairing as soon as you jump out, yeah? So if I was to go in and hit you, if I was to go in and hit a base, yeah, it does, everything starts sort of repairing as soon as I jump out, even if I'm calling the fleet to come back in again.
Gotcha.
Yeah?
Not auto repair. Honest. How about this? Better.
The whole lot just starts
instant repair. You know, it's like instant heal.
But anyway,
that's what it does now. That's what it's going to be doing.
well, yeah, it's gonna be doing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean,
it's gonna be doing.
what I was saying is they could have solved that problem by starting an auto repair, so that if you were working for 8 hours and your base got hit just before you went to work, by the time you got home, you'd only have a few hours left for it to finish repairing. At least you could get going, and your dock would be working and everything, yeah. So they could have solved that, many years ago, yeah, but they didn't implement it. This way seems a bit of a, I don't know, like a, full on one, but yeah, we'll see how it works. We'll see.
I know they talked about too, like, if they're going to do the all one hit, they're probably going to look at battle times and increasing the amount of time that you have to do a battle. I think not allowing any preps might be a bit of an overkill. I mean, I think one prep would be fine. One prep, one base hit, but I definitely am glad that we're getting away from the, I prepped your base 5 times and then got in, and I'm really going to act like I accomplished something,
There's a downside.
Basically, all you did was bought your way into my base at that point.
There's a downside to that too, though. The reason why I say that, one player can come in, prep out a little bit of your base, leave, have another player come in behind them, continue prepping your base, because since it won't be counting on one person, there could be 2 or 3 people there that can prep a base in order to finish it off.
You're assuming that they would set it up though that it mattered who did it as opposed to within a certain time constraint.
Well, I'm saying, what you saying? One prep, one hit.
I didn't say they had to be from the same person.
Well, yeah, but see, if you've got 2 or 3 people there, if the one prep, one hit rule would fall on just one player, you can have 2 or 3 players prep your base, and then the first one go in, back out, and hit it. So that's the downside to that one.
Well,
now
no,
the
thing is though, they can program it so that can't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, but
and also, where does the prep finish? I mean, how much are they allowed to prep out? Because we're getting away from the 25%. So
yeah, that would be
that's what I was going to say.
The prep and what constitutes the hit. That would be the problem.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, if I couldn't get a word in.
If they're going to do something like that, they would have to go up to maybe 35, 40, 45% considered as a prep.
But there are no percentages anymore. That's right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way they
prep
can
and what they consider a hit.
But I mean, I don't know. It's going to be what it's going to be. So, whatever. They're bringing back the red bubbles that we have in Bounty. That when somebody fails on you 3 times, you get a red bubble when they can't attack you for a couple days or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, that's okay, I guess.
I think that's the only where it said before, Ross saying you got 3 tries. I think that 3 try thing is for the bounty and bounty only.
No.
Because
no, it literally is saying right here that's going to be happening all the time now.
That's right.
Correct.
Well, I think some people, if they fell against a base, I don't think they will going to go in a second time.
I am. No, I'm going to do it 3 times. I'm going to do it 1, 2, and 3. Heck yeah.
Well, and it's funny because we talked about this last night on Discord, and somebody brought up the fact, well, if I fail in a base, I'm not going to try to hit it again. And my response to that was, well, no offense, but you're not a real PvPer then, because that's literally the whole challenge of PvP is, I failed. I got to try again and get in here. Oh, damn it. I almost got it this time. Next time I'm going to get it. That's literally the entire
base.
That perspective. The reason why I think the person said it, because if you fail, the base and the fleet inside that base is totally repaired.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
The attacker would have to coin the repairs or go back to their base and do the slow repair. In
That's
a way, that is an off balance.
No, it's not an off balance because it's absolutely no different than the people who coin their prep fleet 7 times.
Actually,
That's
it is.
true.
It is different. We got half. Aren't we going to have half repair?
Yes.
During bounty,
That's only during bounty.
No,
Okay, only during
but
bounty.
you got two. But haven't you got 2 docks? I mean, 2 repair queues.
Yeah,
So
two
it's pretty
repair.
much half repair.
Right. You can do.
Well, that's a weird way to look at it being half repair. I
No.
guess.
Well, it is because
You
you're
can
repairing
consider it that way.
you're repairing 2 ships at the same time.
Yeah, but it doesn't cut. This doesn't cut my actual repair time for either fleet in half.
No, you're right. So, but it does.
Well, it does.
Somewhat.
Hang on. You got
No,
2
it
ships.
doesn't.
Hang on.
It doesn't.
What?
It still
Can I say
takes just
something?
as long as to repair. I can just repair 2 at a time. It's not like I've gone from my fleet used to take 6 hours and now it takes 3. It still takes 6 hours. I can just be
No, it
repairing
doesn't.
it at the same time as something else.
It can't be. Okay, you got 2 ships. We just say 2 ships at the moment, right? They both got an hour. Hang on. They both got an hour damage. So that's 2 hours. That's 2 hours. If you only have one queue that you can repair, that's 2 hours. It takes 2 hours to repair those 2 ships. Now, if you can split that and you've got 2 repair queues, one takes an hour, the other one takes an hour. That's only 1 hour.
If you're not repairing anything else.
Well, that's true. He's right though.
I don't think they're going to allow that.
Why?
I think they're going to have that Conqueror queue for Conqueror fleets only.
No, it should be just to say it should be exactly the way it is now, and you could use that first initial repair slot for anything.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he's in a way he's correct because you could split the.
Yeah, in a way he is, as long as you don't have anything else repairing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I know I'll probably never ever be in that situation. So to me, it's not half repair.
That's if it doesn't get blocked.
But no, it's not. There's no blocking. This is planned.
That's what it says. It's in the thing.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem is some people just want to be down on it, and they're not actually reading what's there.
No, I mean
They're like skimming it, and then they're putting their own interpretation in it that's bad, whether that's what they say or not.
Yeah, I'll jump in and even add to that. I'll say that here's my thought on the whole thing is, it is a huge change. Let me tell you what, we don't like change. I'm one of those players that does not like change. I don't want change myself, but what I'm looking at here is so many positives given to me that I'm willing to at least work with this change for sure, because this actually in all honesty is the financial change. To me, I'm looking at less repair time for me. I think so. The double repair key will help. It will mean I can. So I'm liking that, and these features I think are saving me money. My base repair for wins. I'm a pretty good defender, and so that's saving me quite a bit. So that's how I'm willing to take on some negatives, and actually, I'm not saying that they're not willing to change. This is just what we're going to try to implement. Is what I'm.
Somebody breathing way heavy.
Stormcatcher. It's Stormcatcher. He needs to mute.
Sorry about that. Hang on.
No,
All right, go ahead, Ross.
but so what I'm seeing is truly so many positives that I'm willing to start with this change, and I'm a no change guy, and so and because they're saying this isn't written in stone, they're throwing this out there, and if the community hates one area of it or something, we speak up as a community and we try to get that changed. But I'm looking at positives more than negatives to me.
And Damnation, I understand what you're saying if you've got more than one fleet that you have to repair. I understand that. I do understand what you were saying. I was just trying to say, though, if you've only got one fleet,
Right. And
it is basically half repair. That's all.
Yeah,
that's
it
all
was
I
a good
trying
way
to
to
say.
bring it up because I hadn't even looked at it that way because I'm thinking, well, no, because my other queues are too busy repairing my FM fleet or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. But if you're out there doing PvP only at the moment, say you've done your FM, and yes, you've got to repair your FM fleet, right? And then you go, oh, I'm going to go and hit bases, and you finished your FM, we'll say, then you can say, oh, bugger, I'm not going to do my FM fleet at the moment. I'll just do this. I'll just repair this fleet because this is the one most important at the moment. So I'll repair my PvP fleet, then put it back, then put my FM fleet back into repair and go back out and hit bases again.
Okay.
And the other good thing, we'll say overnight it's good for overnight. We'll say your FM fleet is dead and you have a PvP fleet that's dead. Overnight, you've got 2 fleets that are repairing instead of 1. So you get up in the morning, your PvP fleet's fixed, your FM fleet's fixed, you go off, hit your FMs again if you haven't finished it, and you start all over again.
Okay, a downside I see on this, there's going to be.
He's got to find a positive, a negative, hasn't he? Go on.
Okay, hold up. If you can do this with Conqueror fleets, there's going to be players that's going to complain about it, especially if pillage comes along and where we're using 2 or 3 different type of fleets where, okay, they're going to be upset with Kicksite. Well, you allow Conquerors to do this. Why can't we use the other repair queue to heal one fleet while we're out with the other? And, like when we had with the ERADs and Shrikes, when we had to switch up on those, that you can destroy both of them. They're going to say, well, why can't we use both repair queues to heal both fleets?
Because they're asking. Because they're asking. Yeah, because
okay. But that's not really a downside. That's the community being greedy and being stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Because,
it's no different.
They're asking for too much. Yeah, because we've already.
It's the same as doing bounty. It's no different.
Yeah, take what we've been given at the moment, which is extra. Yeah, and don't and don't kick that. Because at the moment,
what they're going to do? Go, bugger yous all, and we'll just leave it at 1 queue.
Yeah,
and see you like that.
At the moment,
it's a positive. There is no downside to this.
Exactly.
It's an impossibility to have a downside on 2 queues compared to 1. You got 2 queues, not 1. You can repair 2 fleets overnight, 2 fleets during the day if you're at work, as long as obviously before you go to work, before you go to bed, or before you fall asleep in the middle of a battle.
Oh, hush.
Hey, I never said any names.
Just saying.
I know.
And I mean, as they said later down in here, and I can't remember exactly where it was, but it's like, so what happens if the numbers don't add up? And they're like, well, we're kind of expecting the numbers not to add up right away. We're going to test it and figure out, it's right here. Thinking of these new rules, it seems like winning it as an attacker is possible. How can you think the math lines up? He's like, I don't, or at least I highly suspect that it doesn't. I believe during playtesting, it will be proven that the numbers don't add up several times. Part of committing to making something better is committing to adjust things as needed based on the results testing. Maybe we'll have to increase the attack window from 5 minutes. Maybe we'll have to increase Conqueror movement speed by 20% on average. Maybe we'll need to adjust the strength of some holes and some base turrets. Maybe all the above. So it's not like they're locked into, this is what we're doing. There's no possibility for looking at anything outside these proposed changes. We're locked in, and this is what we're doing. It's saying that they're very flexible, finding out what's going to work and what's not going to work during play testing. So some of these things are open to adjustment.
Okay.
Some of these things aren't going to come up straight away. I mean, it might be a couple of weeks or a month. They go, hang on a minute, this isn't working properly. This part of it isn't working, so we'll adjust it. It's not going to be an overnight change and go, yep, like you said, this is the change. That's it. Live with it. Don't complain. This is it. They are going to. It's going to be an ongoing thing.
Now, I believe our resident negative Nancy wanted to say something again there. Go ahead.
I'm really not negative with this. I kind of like it, but one thing that we was discussing last night over on Discord. on the, if somebody comes in and loses in your base, we discussed how the reses, about reses. It wasn't mentioned in any of this on, okay, if the attacker loses, are they still going to walk out with reses? Or are they going to walk out with none? I think that needs to be brought up to Kicksai's attention. And I'm just basically.
Wait. At this point in the game, are we seriously concerned about res?
Well, when all this changes, you know how people hit other people's bases for reses. So when all this is changed, if they come in and fail against your base, are they going to still take half your reses?
Can I say something now?
Go ahead.
I've never had a problem getting res. I mean, all right, I can hit 139s, yeah, and they give good res. But also, it's just hitting 120s and 121s, yeah, constantly from the FM. And don't tell me anyone's doing, like everyone's grinding like the FM. And you can bring back a absolute crap ton of res every week. I mean, no one really at this stage of the game now should be short in res.
I still have Snowfall, and I still use Snowfall for res.
And there is that as well.
But I mean, if you're worried about all your resources getting stolen or whatever, just leave them in your fleets, and you can leave your fleets on the map. I mean, we did that for years and years and years when we were worried about, we had to save up res because we were losing lots of res, getting hit, and blah blah blah. It's not like your PvE fleets can get sniped on the map anymore, so you can leave them out there for like an entire freaking week until you need them. So to me, like worrying and all of this, being worried about resources is not even on my radar anywhere.
Yeah, same here. I'm not concerned about the res issue.
All right. So anybody have anything else they want to add in about this PvP changes?
No.
No, I was thinking it's positive. For I was expecting the only negative people were they're going to be those really the top of the end. Some of the top of the end hitters, the ones that really are good preppers. I mean, it really are the prep, the top end bases 5-6 times, and good. Those might be upset. However, I think they're going to do really well in this. They're going to be the same people that are going to go in. Maybe you use one of your two attempts to run through to check out a certain weapon on a thing. That's what I think my attempts are going to be not only used on full-on hits. That's might be how I might check them out. I'm liking this whole thing.
Well, that's what they're saying. You can go in there and learn the target.
Yeah.
Damnation. Can you screen share?
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of positives, and so long as they do monitor it, closely, basically, as they said, everything isn't set in stone yet, yeah. So they monitor it, and it works positively. I mean, as I say, only time will tell at the moment. But if they can get this right, it could be a great move forward. But we really need to see how it works.
That's the problem.
They need to monitor
getting it right. That's the problem. They've got to get it right. Yeah, and it is going to take time. Everyone will jump up and down at the beginning. Oh, this isn't working. This isn't working. That's not working. But it's going to take them time.
I mean, quite honestly, though, I think at the end of the day, this is going to open up PvP to a lot more people who maybe weren't doing it before. Because again, they have that second repair queue now, and they don't necessarily have to be like, oh, now I'm adding 6 hours to the 20 hours I already have lined up on PvE stuff. They're like, oh, well, all my PvE shit's dead. I can go hit a base and then put it in my other repair queue. So I don't know. Overall, I think they're good changes myself. I'm kind of happy with them.
We lost someone.
Okay.
Yeah, Stormcatcher drops on it.
Sorry, Stormcatcher. Didn't mean to upset you if I did.
So, anybody got anything else? Ross, you got anything more?
No, I'm just saying. I was thinking everybody doing really good. I'm enjoying it. And so I hope everybody else is too. I mean, it's kind of going to be the PvP really is on the up and up right now, and I think it's going to be even. It looks to me like they're really paying attention to PvP, is what it looks to me like. So that's just a win to me.
The only downside to all this that I see is it still doesn't address the problem with metal dumping and metal hoarding.
But how is that going to work? Because they're saying that's not going to change. They said in that brief there that metals. I mean, I'm not a person to worry about metals. I don't really care about it. But what it said something like, the metal side of it is not going to change, but it's going to have to, because before it was you get 50, the minimum I think you had to get was the ops and 50% to get a medal or something. I don't really pay that much attention to it. So now once they move forward, how is that medal going to be divided up?
I would
when's
assume
there a win and when's there a lose?
I would assume it's an all or nothing thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Destroy the 7 or 8 or however many, and you get the medals, and if you don't, you lose medals.
But then it's like, okay, like with the 3 tries of the base. Okay, you go in, you go, okay, I didn't like that base, so I'm going to jump out. You've lost. The base wins, you lose. So when does the medal division kick in?
Yeah, that I don't know.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, we don't have specifics yet. We just have the general outline.
Yeah, but that's what it says in the thing, that the medal, the way the medal is, metals, is divided up at the moment isn't going to change. But it has to. Because to win, you got to kill 7 buildings, isn't it? 7. That's a win. Is it that if you only kill, say, 5 of the buildings, that's a lose? If you don't kill any of them, is it just, okay, I didn't even try anything, so I'm out, and no one gets anything? Obviously, the attacker doesn't get anything because he didn't do anything. So that's something that they need to address as well, because it just can't work the way it is at the moment.
Well, it only wins if you kill the buildings that they've set. Basically, there's
7 buildings, isn't it? 5 warehouses, the ops,
the radio tower and the
ops. Yeah. Is there another one?
I mean, at the end of the day, right now we're starting to get into specifics that they don't even have worked out yet. This is all stuff that they will figure out these specifics during playtesting.
But I'm just saying, people are going to, people will complain. People that do attack bases to get medals, and people that attack bases to dump medals. There's a lot of people that do that. When is that going to? How's it going to work? It's something that they're going to have to address reasonably soon, because people do like, there are high players that do like having 1,000 medals. I don't know if there is someone with 1,000 medals. I don't know. I can look.
Yes. I think the medal system is currently broken, and I believe they know it, and I believe they are looking at it currently now. I have no idea what that entails at all, but I just know that it is broke, and they're looking at it.
Yeah, my understanding was they said if somebody gets to 1,000 medals, we'll take a look at it. Well, somebody got to 1,000 medals, and they are taking a look at it.
Right.
Yeah, Carl's asked the same question. Carl asked the same question about that, where if you go in and you're just doing a peek and you retreat, that is a loss. So,
well, we don't know that yet.
We don't know. Yeah, that's right. I just wanted to bring that up.
Right.
I know we don't know. There's no answer to it. All I was trying to say is that they've said that there's not going to be any changes. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we'll get off that. Hi, Ren.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of questions still that on the details and specifics that we just don't have answers to right now.
Yeah. Oh, I know we don't have answers, and they haven't got answers. It's just things that people will want to know eventually. And
Well, yeah,
and
I'm
people
sure
are
when-
probably asking themselves the same question. Well, how's this going to work?
Well, I think that's covered by the part where they said that they kind of are. It's not all set in stone yet. They're going to monitor it. You know what I mean?
know
They
that,
are going to
yeah.
monitor how it plays out. And hopefully they.
I know
work
that.
closely with
That's an overall thing. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, so we're going to change things as it progresses. But the medal thing is one specific item that some people like.
And Carl,
Hit
being
base
allowed.
is full.
Hang on, I just want to address something in chat real quick. Being allowed to sell medals for coins is a terrible idea because medal system is so broken and people manipulate it so much right now that's just a terrible idea. All right, go ahead.
I don't know anymore. I fuck off.
Sorry.
That's right. No,
saw
medals.
that,
That's
and
all
I'm
we were
like,
going on about. Yeah, no.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
I
And
don't
I'm
know.
like, I have to say something about that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. We just don't know. Yeah, but I think there is going to be people that are upset with it. The higher level players that only hit bases for coins, medals.
Yes, I don't know. It's definitely it's going to be interesting to see what they do with everything for sure, and where it all settles out at. But most of the general outlines I like. Now we just got to wait for more information on the specifics.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there's quite a few of us that agree with that. Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody have anything they want to talk about before we sign off? Oh, I guess we should talk about BP next week real quick, huh?
Man, there's not a lot on that, is there?
No, I think
I
it's
looked at that this morning. I'm thinking, why bother?
Yeah, I mean, we got what?
Everything there's just standard.
3 TLCs, and that's it. I think pretty much is basically what it is.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, hang on, I had it before. Oh, I must have closed it.
Seriously,
Yeah.
BP next week.
Oh, and the CM diary.
Yeah. CM diary and 3 tills. There we go.
Now, one of the TLCs is going to be for PvP tech, so it'll be interesting to see what that ends up being. And will that be a PvE campaign for PvP tech, or will it be like a PvP type campaign?
See, I'm hoping it's PvP.
Screen share it if you want to, but there's not really.
Yeah, it's right there if you want, but
it's not really much there to share.
There ain't much there at all. No, it's just telling us we're having campaigns. There's a new Cry Havoc campaign for PvP tech. Cry Havoc and let's slip the dogs of war. Yeah, so there's nothing there.
What did you start to say, Ross?
I'm hoping that it's PvP for PvP tech.
Yeah, that would be kind of neat because we haven't had one of those types of TLCs for a long time.
Right.
Well, it's exactly what it says though, for PvP tech. So
no, I know, but
but it doesn't say it's a PvP campaign.
Right.
As far as
yes.
using
Okay.
your
Okay. Understand.
So I mean, I would be happy if it was one of those, as long as it wasn't way difficult. I'm sure there's quite a few other people who probably would not be happy about that though.
That is one short Battle Pirates next week.
It's great.
Wasn't a lot of thought put into that one.
Yeah, but it's
well, maybe there will be tons of information in the CM diary to make up for the BP next week being so short.
Well,
I
it's
think
good.
maybe also. Oh, sorry. Go on,
Well, I was going to say, well, it's good and bad. I mean, if you're a player that's trying to catch up with PvP, you might not have a PvP fleet yet. So if you have to use one to try and get what you need, it can be difficult,
and the other thing is, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So sometimes having PvE holes, which you might already have, to win PvP stuff, can be beneficial to players that are trying to get into that side of the game.
And also, being an extra week this month before the next raid, I mean, they might not have anything. It might just be a catch-up week. For people to make sure they can, people can get their FM done, because it's a big FM if you haven't got, if you want, say you haven't got that one that was 110 million points or whatever it was, it might give people a chance to catch up on all that as well, that haven't been able to do it.
Would this normally? I wonder if this normally would have been like Shipwrecks Week.
Sure, it would
Well,
have.
see, there's an extra week, so you know they might. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens.
No holidays. See, they could have done like Shipwrecks this week, and then like they could have like finagled a Valentine's Day event in there somewhere. Just would have been early.
Well,
but
they still might,
whatever.
because it's only. Hang on, that's another 2 weeks away anyway, and that's when the bouncy. Not bouncy. That's when the raid is. The raid's on Valentine's weekend.
Oh, don't remind me.
I don't know. I didn't look to see what the day of the raid was. It's not next week, so I really don't care.
Hang on. So Valentine's Day. What day is that? When is that? It's the 14th, isn't it? It's the raid.
Yeah.
The raid starts on the 12th. And Valentine's Day is on the 14th. I don't have a partner, so I can't remember what days from Valentine's.
And Carl, I'm sure they're still looking over what people recommended for the FM stuff. I mean, they didn't say, "Hey, tell us what you want to see in the FM because we're going to add it next week." You know, it's not like they said they were going to do it right away. So I'm sure they're still looking over the stuff people suggested and mulling it over. So sometimes we see them ask for something and we like, "Oh, you asked for it, we're going to see it tomorrow," and it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes there's a wait there. So, Ross, what's your closing thoughts today, bud?
I think a lot of attention has been paid, really been worked on PvP, in my opinion, and that is huge. That's where what I've been looking at. These changes to me are all wins. I see some bumps in the road. That's just fine as long as you're willing to work on them, and that's what I also see. Totally great. It's perfect. Yes.
Cool. Watchman?
It's been a long time coming, but a change is gonna come.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. After that, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Please do not do that again.
There's a lot of positives.
Don't quit that day job, bud.
Yeah, please do not do that again.
Yeah, right. Sure, you're watching, but damn.
All right. Simba, you got anything?
Gonna
Sam,
wait
you've been
and
very
see what
quiet
rides
today.
out.
You've been very quiet.
I'm in
She's
sleep
always
half
very
the
I was going to say, and still, but anyway.
She's always very quiet when we're actually on the air.
day.
Yeah, sorry, Sam.
Ozzy, what do you got?
Yeah, all positives. Same as Ross. We'll just have to wait and see. There will be bumps in the road. We know that, but they seem to be wanting to address everything. They're going to address this stuff. There's going to be problems. They'll sort them out. You're not going to know the problems until we get in there properly. So, yeah, I'm all positive with this one anyway.
I guess my closing thoughts are, as we've said many times, what we've gotten so far is like a general outline. Don't get your panties in a bunch until we start seeing specifics come out.
Be a negative Nancy.
Yeah, don't be that. That's my closing comments for the day. Don't be a negative Nancy. Try to be a positive Polly. And with that,
And Stormcatcher, if you're
thanks
watching,
guys for coming out. We definitely appreciate your interaction in chat. We always appreciate you coming and watching us and supporting us. So give us a thumbs up, a subscribe if you haven't, join the page, all that fun stuff. And I'm sure we will talk to you again next week when I don't know exactly what we'll have to talk about. So there's not really anything going on according to VP next week. I guess we'll talk about the PvP TLC, and I'm sure we'll come up with some other things to talk about. But anyway, we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Yep. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.